Miami Bitcoin Hackathon, sight on scene, and we're interviewing some of the contestants here today. Right now I have Jeremy Davis from Team Infinite Fractal, and they're building something pretty interesting. Could you tell us about your concept for this event?
Sure. We're trying to build an add-on for e-commerce platforms so that any individual can go ahead and list their items online. Maybe it's something they hand make, maybe it's something they have, old collectibles, it could be a store that they run, and just create a new payment method for them to accept. So if they're normally used to just accepting US dollars, for example, this would allow the customer to select from any of the currencies that they choose. So the seller can look on CoinMarketCap and decide, I want to accept Stellar Wars, for example. And they can go ahead and pick any number of those that they'd like. The buyer will get a drop-down. They can choose from any of those currencies. Once they select it, the software will then calculate how much that item price is, display a wallet address and a QR code that person can send to, and then they can buy the item. We also want to add a raffle feature to it, and it's a blockchain raffle. So basically you say, okay, at January 31st at noon, the next block hash that's created, or the next block height that's created, we're going to take the last 10 digits of the transaction hash, run it through a calculation based on how many raffle tickets were purchased, and then the software will actually just create the winning raffle ticket, and it's provably fair. So anybody can go to the blockchain, verify who the winner is or not.
Okay.
You can tell I didn't
so sort of like a crypto classified system where people are buying and selling in a non-centralized way.
Exactly.
But there's no currency conversion or payment processes going on with, like someone pays cash or another altcoin and it gets converted into one to one.
No.
It's only you list.
Right. I've looked at some payment processors, and there is some places where you can select cryptocurrencies that you want to accept. But a lot of them they'll either pay you only in Bitcoin or they'll cash it out, pay you in cash. We didn't want to touch any of the money. I wanted it peer-to-peer, so this person sends you the money directly. It's confirmed on the blockchain. It's right there, and then.
So you think your value proposition is more better user experience for people that hold crypto, that maybe want to buy and sell, or that it makes newcomers to the space, or it incentivizes them to use crypto? Like, where do you see yourself fitting at the proof of concept stage?
Well, the reality is that these cryptocurrencies, in order for them to be currencies, we have to use them for transactions that are not on exchange, not just buying and selling stuff with Bitcoin and Litecoin and buying other coins. We need to buy a purse, we need to buy art, we need to buy business services and that type of stuff. So right now, we're not using most of these currencies in that way. People buy and they hold.
Yeah, that is the reality.
So we need to create a method for them to actually utilize these, coins. So, okay, I just got a 400% gain on these XLM. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to cash it out? If you cash it out, you have to pay transactions. Exactly.
Okay, exactly. So it's kind of adding utility to these tokens that are more for speculative purposes, whereas like maybe Bitcoin or Monero, there's some things you can buy with those already, but a lot of them, you're right, aren't being used for regular scale transactions.
Commerce, exactly.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so this allows anybody to go ahead and say, look, I believe in this, I want to get it, but maybe I don't know how to go through the different steps to actually access this. So this gives them a way they can just sit in their bedroom in their underwear and go log online, post a picture of their item, post a description. If they sell it, great. If they don't, guys, send them.
So are you guys just building this out for the proof of concept for the event, or do you plan on developing this into a full-scale product down the line?
Well, the actual real reason why I wanted to do this was I've actually been doing art for many years, and I personally wanted to accept cryptocurrencies for my art. And I looked all over the internet trying to find platforms that I could use, and I just didn't.
There's nothing pre-built out. Like people that are established in the space, like Monero, Peril, and a few other people had to start from scratch essentially. So I could see the gap there.
Yeah. I just couldn't find what the ideal product was for me, and I guess when I was raised that you don't see what there is in the world that you need, you have to create.
Yeah. And then of course there's OpenBazaar, but because you need the app, it kind of adds a barrier.
I absolutely looked at OpenBazaar, and it was one of those things where they can take multiple cryptocurrencies, but they only pay you in Bitcoin, and now they've added Litecoin. So if you're trying to collect these altcoins, it's not the best.
The other problem is you have to have your node running 24/7 to do a store. There's some other problems with it, right?
Right, exactly.
So just having a more traditional storefront for this may end up being advantageous.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to create a web-facing thing. So something like OpenBazaar, yes, you're downloading a client, you're running it all the time in the background. We wanted something that people are used to going to. So I'm www, this or that. So people are used to that. It's just a web-facing product that allows them to become part of the cryptocurrency sphere. They don't need to be on the .onion router.
Yeah. So, is this your first hackathon, or Miami
Yes.
Bitcoin Hackathon?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Did you go to the conference? a
Yeah,
couple days ago?
yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So, I've noticed sort of a rift between the culture at these hackathons and sort of peripheral events where you get more builders in the space, and the conference, which has evolved over time. I don't know if it's your first time here, but a couple of years ago, it was much smaller, sort of different crowd, more developer focused.
Sure.
And seeing the show floor and seeing what people are doing here, and sort of the networking and conversations that you've overheard, I'm sure, and participated in. How would you contrast the two? Like, what do you feel is the best way to highlight those differences?
Well, the thing is that the population there was so varied. So I ran into every type of person it seemed at the conference. You had some people that were there for the money, they wanted to make money, and then you had some people that were there for the change the world aspect. They had one guy that was talking and said, what's really going on here is we're trying to get rid of governments and banks, and that's actually like on a deep level. Part of what's going on, it's not just something that people can use to make money, it's that we have some very poorly designed systems. In fact, almost every one of our systems, healthcare, finance,
there's ways they can be improved.
All these things need to be improved, and part of it is that these are such centralized organisms right now.
But the question is blockchain the technology to solve that? It's kind of a point of contention.
Sure.
There are a lot of people that are very skeptical that can do much more than manage transfers of value. A lot of people say that's really the only thing it's useful for because of all the efficiencies of running a peer-to-peer system on top of that.
Sure. No, I heard some really transformative ideas yesterday about using, digital assets and creating scarcity through counterparty assets. So there's certainly some very interesting ideas.
Rare Pepe and the art gallery and everything.
I'd never heard of that. So
that's a whole different
blew my mind.
That's crazy. That's sort of its own little microcosm of these people that are sort of self-aware about it. They know everybody's sort of there to trade and make money, but at the same time, it's attached to art.
Sure. So is this the technology that's going to change the world? I don't know, but it's certainly a step in the right direction.
Okay.
It's something where there's active development. It's not something where people just release code and that's that. Set into the wild. Hope you guys do all right. It's something that's a constantly evolving thing. So that means people have to have their hands on the keyboard, or else.
Yeah, true.
So I think it's an inclusive thing. It's decentralizing in the fact that if you wanted to invest in this space, if you want to get in the stock market, you may need to be an accredited investor. We're talking millions of dollars to actually get your foot in the door. With the crypto space, you got $20, you throw it on Coinbase, you get some Bitcoin. It gives power to people to invest.
It's a double-edged sword there.
Yeah.
But there are people that have made money on it. Well, on that positive note, very nice talking with you, Jeremy.
Thank you so much.